Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope it finds you well. Is it warming up in your neighborhood? Because it's warming up in mine. Been a little cool last couple of days, but that's all right. You know, as long as it don't get too cool. It's been around 70 degrees, low 70s, but today got up into the 80s. And that's okay too. You know, I don't want it to get like 90 and above, but Mother Nature don't listen to what I've got to say very often.
Nope. Nope. It was cool last night. I had the windows open in here, which was nice. Like it
Yeah.
just it dipped. It was like a little cool spell that went through.
Hmm.
Now we're kind of ratcheted back up to normal, but yeah,
It's summer.
I know the sun's out really long on the 21st. It was the most daylight we'll have, and then every day thereafter it gets like a minute less. But
It's now officially summertime. Are they shooting off the fireworks in your neighborhood?
oh, it'll start soon for sure.
Oh, it's done started here. It's been going now for a week.
My neighbors go ape crap crazy. It's like pow 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 pow, and some of them are like the concussion grenades, like
Yeah.
kaboom. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Poor little Scarlett's coming out of her hair because she hates that stuff. And there's hair all over now. I've got to vacuum all the time, chasing after her with a vacuum cleaner. Bless her heart.
Oh
She's
no, poor
as soon as
girl.
it gets dark, they start up. Well, sometimes it's even before dark that you hear them going. But
My old neighbors at the old house, they set they're in a cul-de-sac, a circle,
mhm.
and they set one of the neighbors' bushes on fire by accident because an ember came down and caught it. There was some sort of ivy coming up the mailbox pole, and it was a big flowery bushy thing. And it whoosh.
Mhm.
Yikes.
Yep, 'tis the season for the accidents to happen. As a matter of fact, I have an amazing fact about that. If I can find it here, I had it
Mm,
right up here where I could get to it. But you know how that goes. You
yep.
know, you move 1 inch and everything changes. But it was about sparklers, and I'll be doggone if I can find it now. Shoot
Sparklers
far.
are the simplest fun that you can have. I used to put them in like a zigzag in the grass, and then we'll go up one and go down another, go up one and go.
Okay, here it is. It says it doesn't matter if you're 10 or 48 years old. Waving a sparkler on the 4th of July is a time honored tradition we all love. Unfortunately, the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission Fireworks Information Center says that those sparklers can heat up to 2,000 degrees, enough to melt some metals and your skin. In fact, in 2017, sparkler related injuries sent 900 people to the emergency room.
Oh yeah, that's white hot, baby. You don't want to mess with that.
So there's your amazing fact about sparklers.
There we go. Jim Bashirs wrote a comment. He was at a car plant today, 3 hours from the house. He got out of the plant for a quarter-mile walk to the car. Guess they have a huge parking lot. Downpoured rain, soaking wet for the 3 hour drive home. Jim, that is no fun for anyone, my friend.
He don't believe in umbrellas.
Well, it opened up on him. Maybe he didn't think it was going to rain.
Hey, ain't he a Boy Scout? You always prepared?
Well,
I got a quarter-mile walk. I ain't got a chance that it won't rain. I'm taking my umbrella.
yeah.
Trash bag at least, something that you can put over you. Keep from getting soaking wet. We got a few people out there in the chat.
Who we got there, Brenda?
Well, let's see. Frenzy Wicked Truths out there. She got the prize from last week, which was your journal. As a matter of fact, before I go any further here with that, can you tell people where they can get a copy of your journal?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. If you do a search for Matt Haas, Matthaas, 2 A's, I am the first search result. And you don't even have to limit your search result to books. Just type in Matt Haas, and then you'll see the journal come up. And it's less than $5. It's 100 pages.
There you go.
And it's just a journal line. So it's got like a little short line up here for the date, and then blank pages.
Good on you.
And
Let's say we got.
Forget my website. It's on the back.
Yeah. And we got Mrs. Mitchell Loom Knitter in the house. Good to have you with us. Jim Brashears is out there. And Russ Meadows is out there. And I'm scrolling on down through here, see if there's anybody else. I don't see any other ones on there. I hope I didn't miss anybody.
I put the link to the book in the chat. Now, here's the interesting thing as a content creator, because I'll get like 18 cents profit if someone buys that book. Because full disclosure, I jack the price all the way down so I don't make any money. Because, you know, I don't want to, I'm not in it for, anyway, that's just what I do.
You're just in it for the fame, not the fortune.
Yeah, apparently so. But I also have an affiliate at Amazon. So I don't know if it's within the terms of service to put that under my affiliate link. So then maybe I could catch affiliate dollars for the product and then catch revenue from the sale. I think that's doubled. I don't even know if that's possible, but I haven't been doing that. So that's not an affiliate link, but I will get royalties from the sale of the book. These are the weird conundrums I think of as a content creator in 2021 on the interwebs. But anyway, I'm just figuring this stuff out, Brenda, as I go and just plugging away.
Well, I hope everybody will share this out and put a like on it. And let's get some folks in the house here. We'll do a giveaway after a bit. I got a few things stacked up over here that I could try to give away if anybody's interested in playing the game. And I do have a beef. And of course, I'm going to take it up with you because she's your girlfriend.
Oh, no. What did Susan do now?
Well, you know, every week I put up a Heifer Haven video, usually follows the live stream. And I put one up last week. And I thought it was kind of funny. And there wasn't anything against any of the community guidelines or rules, regulations, copyrights, none of that kind of thing, you know, just like all my videos. But all of a sudden I get an email in from the YouTubers saying that they're going to take my video down, that it violates their guidelines and that they're not going to strike me for it. But my video contains nudity and sex. And so, you know, I need to be aware of this. And if I have any complaints about it, that I can ask for a review. So I went back and watched the video again because I thought, well, what in the hell got in there that stirred them up so bad that they're saying that it's got nudity and sex in it? Because I don't do things like that on my videos. What's this all about? I watched it. I still didn't see nothing that should warrant that. So I go back and I leave them a little message. And I said, well, I think, yes, it does require a review. It's comedy video. There is no nudity in it, and there's certainly no sex in it. And it's a comedy video about constipation. So if you can explain to me what constipation has to do with nudity and sex, then we'll go with that. But, you know, I'd appreciate a review. And it didn't take them 5 minutes to come back and approve that video.
Well,
now,
sometimes you got to go through those motions, Brenda. It sucks, but
explain to me where in the hell she came up with sex and nudity in that video.
It's all Python scripts, Brenda. The Python scripts sniffed something out, and they put that in
I
motion.
hope they sniffed out something about constipation, because there wasn't nothing in there about sex.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you know, well, I'm glad you pushed the button, and 5 seconds or 5 minutes later it was fixed, which is good. That actually helps. Your actions, as annoying as they were to you, help teach the system what's good and bad. So maybe the next person that has a video about constipation won't.
You know what? if I could get into wherever they are that do this thing with a bullwhip, I could teach them a lot more than me pushing the button there for a review. I could teach them more in 5 minutes with the bullwhip than they will learn all day with me pushing buttons. I guarantee it.
I believe it. I believe it.
It'd be just like Jesus clearing the temple. But yeah, I had to take that up with you, so that maybe the next time you and her's doing the pillow talk, that you can explain to her that constipation ain't got nothing to do with nudity and sex.
I'll be sure to include that in our small talk session.
I think that her problem was that she was constipated, is what it was. She needed to take my free advice.
Could have been. She's human. She's fallible, just like the rest.
There'll be another Heifer Haven go up tonight. Because I'm just good like that.
Good. I've been doing little maker projects around the house. Nothing too exciting, but I'm sort of on technology overload. I've been getting a lot of shipments finally came in because, you order something and you have to wait 2 months for it to arrive. So I finally got my iPad Pro. And then I'm thinking to myself, boy, it would be nice to put the iPad Pro up on the treadmill. So I built myself a little shelf and bolted it into the treadmill. Like I took the screws out of the back and I put new screws in that were longer, and I'm rigging up a nice little shelf for it. So I did that and put little edge banding on it. It looks really nice. So I've been figuring that all out, and been working hard too. This has been a tough week, man. I'm exhausted.
Well, I did get that canvas painted that I was telling you about.
Oh, good.
It turned out pretty good. I mean, there's a couple little things, but then, I'm human, so, it's not like a machine made it. It's not going to be just dead on perfect, but it's good enough to hang on the wall. But I did get that finally done.
If you don't like it, don't hang it on the wall.
Oh, I like it. I mean, it's just, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just, putting that out there.
That gives it character.
Yeah. So, you can tell it wasn't machine made.
I see. Well, there you go.
But it's good enough for me. So, yeah, it'll go up on the wall.
I love wall hangings. I made that. I made that frame. I made that piece of art. I painted those. I made these on my CNC machine. Yeah, a lot of stuff around here I did. Made that pedestal that this monkey's on with the fez. Oh, speaking of CNC machines, I see Russ is in here, and so is Jim. I will soon be the owner of a Garage Works CNC machine. Bum, bum, bum. And I still have the Gatton kit that I need to put together. I haven't put together.
I have got unfinished projects all over this house. And, as I go through, because I'm moving rooms around. I think I've mentioned that before. Yeah. And it's going to take me all summer to get this done. I've been thinking, I could fly and get it done in a couple weeks. Oh, no, my body is saying no. My body is telling me that you ain't as young as you used to be, and you're going to slow down. And you're just going to do a little bit at a time so you don't kill yourself. I overdid myself on Tuesday. I had some stuff I had to do out in the garage. I had 20 big, what a banana box is. Those big old boxes bananas come in. Well, I had 20 of those boxes out there that I had to go through, and they were heavy.
They're heavy cardboard boxes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like real reinforced cardboard.
Yeah. So I had to go through 20 of them out there, and I had to move a bunch of stuff before I could get to them to go through them. And it was a major endeavor, not near what, I'd really anticipated going in. So by the time I got done with that, I was aching and hurting so bad that I thought I was going to scream. It wouldn't have done me no good to scream, but I felt like it. And I just kind of laid lifeless then all day yesterday and so far today. Haven't done a whole lot. Just letting everything settle and my arthritis calm down. So maybe tomorrow I can work a little bit. That means I'll probably be down over the weekend because my body's saying one day you're down for two.
You know, you got to do what you can, how you can, and just get through it.
Yep.
Get through it. I
A
mean,
little bit at a time. Just, I'll be laying there thinking, about all the things that I need to get done. I'm like, Lord, you need to do that. You need to do that. You need to do that. And my body's saying, you ain't getting up. You're laying right here. You're staying put.
Yeah, I'm thankful I'm in relatively good health, but I've noticed little things are starting to get different with me now. Of course, things take longer to heal.
Yep.
Like that's always the thing.
Oh yeah.
Things hurt longer before they heal. But here's one weird thing I'll share is I started getting like really dry skin. So, I'm an active person and I'm a maker. I use my hands, but they've really started to get beat up and dry. So then I've been trying to get my hands with enough moisture in it. And then the skin seems softer. So I've been having injuries on my hand, like ripping skin. And I've been so careful. And I went to grab something in the refrigerator and there was a box of something and the little lid was open on a box. And I jammed my cuticle in that. And I was like, I don't want to look at it. I'm like, yeah, I sliced it. I was like, it never used to happen. My hand, my hand was thick like leather when I was younger. Now it just wants to tear and wants to scratch.
Yep.
I have these work gloves, and I'll put work gloves on if I'm doing anything outside. Like even if I'm doing something like just watering the plants, I'll put work gloves. Like, why are you wearing work gloves? I'm like, shut up. I don't even want to talk about it.
Wait until you get psoriasis on top of that.
Oh yeah. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm noticing things are starting to get different because I'm over half a century now.
Yep. Well, I've got psoriasis on top of that thin skin. And so
Frenzy Wicked Truth says your skin is thinning. Yikes.
Yeah. So you scratch that psoriasis and it goes right into the thin skin. And so then you got a big gouge in your skin, big sword's got to heal up, and you don't heal like you used to. So it takes forever for you to heal up.
Luana.
Hey, Luana, I hope you're feeling better. I know she's feeling a little under the weather. Speaking of that, Arlene said she wasn't going to make the show tonight because she's having a bad day. She isn't feeling well. So, we'll remember her in our prayers and send her some healing energy. Drink collagen water, Frenzy says. I'm not familiar with collagen water.
I don't know what that is either, but I'll look into it. But, yep. So and now things are starting to open up. I'm starting to do more things. I got a couple weekends booked here and there, making plans. Kind of feels like summer, and it kind of feels like things are starting to get back into the normal swing of things. We're planning our bus trip to Washington, D.C. to see the Washington Nationals baseball game, and that's on the 3rd of October to Sunday, 3rd of October. If anyone wants to go on a bus trip, I'll sell you a ticket.
I thought she's going to say you's going to Washington, D.C. so you could run on the Capitol building.
That's a fool's errand nowadays. They got that sucker locked down.
Oh, bless your heart, Luana. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Woo-wee. Well, I know what she wants.
And that helps fund Brenda's mailing for the giveaways. So thank you.
She wanted a little cowbell.
Of course she did. Little cowbell's awesome. Where are my lights? Oh no.
You lost your lights?
I lost my light icon. Oh, things are all switched around on my phone, people. There we go. I found them. Yay. These are the super chat lights.
There goes the lights. Blinky blinkies.
I love them up there on the wall because you can see it as it crashes into the wall.
Uh-huh.
Before, they were so far away from the wall, it really wasn't lighting up the wall very much.
The only time I get lights like that here is at night after dark when the cops come down the street with the lights flashing on their cars and pull somebody over out in front of the house and sit there for an hour and a half with the lights flickering, bouncing off my walls. It looks like a discotheque in the house. I don't know what I'd do if I had a cat in here and that was going on, because poor cat would be bouncing off the walls trying to catch them lights.
Oh, there was something I wanted to share with you. I was on Anita's channel last night.
Yeah, I know. I caught a few minutes of that.
Yeah. I played a song live on the air on my piano. I've never performed live for anyone. It was the first time. She was the first to get it.
So there you go. Yep. I saw you on there last night. I come in right before you start playing, and I listened to you play your song.
Oh, you got to see me play. That's good. Because I was on for 35, 40 minutes, and the song was only 3 minutes long. So I'm like, I probably didn't see it. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I stopped in, gave her thumbs up. I was on the phone, so I am so technically challenged. It's ridiculous, but I have not figured out how to work the comments on the phone or anything yet. So I didn't say anything in her chat because I didn't know how to get to it, but I was able to watch.
Good. Thanks.
Since I was flat on my back on the couch, I couldn't get up to get to the computer, to come in here to do it. Yeah. So I thought, well, it is what it is.
When people ask me to be on their live shows, if I'm not doing anything, I will say yes. I like being.
Well, see, that's the problem. I get asked every once in a while, but they ask me at the last minute. They don't give me a heads up, and I might be busy cleaning house and, covered in dust and dirt, or out working in the garden and, hair standing on end and everything else, and I'm like, give me a little advance notice when you want me to come on, and I'll try to make myself available and presentable so that I can, come on. But I'm not one of these last minute people that I don't keep myself looking like I'm going to the prom all the time, Right. But I wanted to show you something while I'm thinking about it. Last week we talked about how I give Scarlett bones to chew on. And I wanted to show you one of these bones that I give her to chew on.
Holy cow.
See if I can get it centered up here so you can see this thing. But these are the bones. They're big old smoky bones that I get from the butcher.
Is that the femur bone of a cow?
Yeah. And they smoke them. And that's what I give her to chew on.
How long does it take her to go through that sucker?
Well, now these take her about 3 weeks. If I give her the smaller one, she'll go through them in a week easy.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a dinosaur bone that I give my dog to chew.
That's a big bone. Hey, you Raw Wander showed up. Hello.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, that is a big bone, and she can't carry it. She's not big enough to pick it up and carry it. So she takes her nose and rolls it across the floor.
Well, she's lucky to have that. That's nice of you to give that to her.
One of these days, I'm going to have to videotape that, put a tape of her up dealing with her bone.
What does something like that cost?
One that big is $9.
Okay. Oh, we got a super sticker from Luana.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Look at little dancing
Thank you for the super sticker. She wants a little more cowbell.
Yeah.
A little cowbell.
There we go.
Yeah, it's funny because when I buy them, I'll usually buy like 3 at a time. And that way, I can bring them home. They're sealed up, so they're not going to go bad. And the looks I get at the store when I'm putting them up there on the counter for them to ring them up.
Well, I mean, let them look.
I tell you, this is for my pet polar bear.
Oh, that is not the animal you want for a pet.
Now It's funnier in the wintertime, when there's a foot of snow on the ground,
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell them I have a pet polar bear and a pet penguin.
They should rename the polar bear to Killing Machine. They don't play, polar bears. They do not play. People get lulled because they think of like the Coca-Cola commercial with the polar bear drinking the bottle of Coke. Oh, I want to get close to the polar bear. It's the last thought you'll have in your head.
That's right. They ain't playing.
Not even close.
But yeah, we have a nice little meat market here in town, little butcher shop, and they have pretty decent selection of stuff in there for no bigger than it is. Everything's pretty much packed tight in there, but they do have a section of their little I don't know, I call it their miscellaneous case, because they wanted to be able to take SNAP benefits in there, so they had to put in some lettuce and I think they have some frozen fruits, and you have to have all of the food groups covered in there. So here in the miscellaneous case, so they put the dog bones in there, and I go and get one of them little baskets, them little tote baskets, because it's just one little aisle in there. It ain't big enough to have a shopping cart. So I pick up one of their little baskets and I go over there and I get me like 3 of them big bones, and it fills up the basket. Let's see. Frenzy says polar bear is the only mammal that will hunt a human down on the planet, or so I have read.
Yeah. Well, you read those bear survival guides because there's different tactics you can use for a black bear versus a grizzly bear.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to polar bear, it says it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to die. Like some say get down on and hurl up into a ball for one of the species and then do something else for another one, like get large and yell at it, for the black bear. And there's different tactics, but polar bear, like, nah, you're going to die. It's basically
bear spray and the bells on your walking stick, and then for polar bears, what you do is you look for the bear crap that has the bells in it.
Yeah. These bears are big too. They are huge. They tower over you. I mean, they're not small creatures.
Years ago, a friend of mine's aunt, I was visiting her, and she was an elderly woman, but she liked to take her dog and go for walks out in the woods. And we got talking about bears, and she says, "Oh, I don't know what I'd do if I come across a bear out there in them woods." And I told her, I said, "Well, they say you're supposed to carry some bear spray with you. If a bear's coming at you, you hit it with that bear spray, and it'll run the bear off. And then don't you have a walking stick that you carry with?" "Oh yeah, I always take my walking stick." I said, "Well, you're supposed to hang some bells on that walking stick." And I said, and then see, the thing is, if you come up missing, what we'll have to do is we'll have to get a search party, and we'll have to go out in them woods and look for the bear crap that has the bells in it, and we'll know what happened to you.
Yeah. Why is a bell like bothersome to a bear?
Well, it probably wouldn't be, because they're going to eat you, and then they're going to crap out the bells. That way you know what happened to them. Frenzy says her husband wants to know if I was serious about coming up. Oh, because I said a while ago, that she did such a good job on that deck. She over on Facebook, if you friend her over there on Facebook, she's got pictures of her deck that she built. And I said she did such a good job on that I have her come up here and build me a walkway between my house and the garage, an enclosed walkway, so that I don't have to get wet or cold or whatever inclement weather's going on out there. And she she says, "Am I serious about that?" "No, honey, I was just kidding you. I ain't got money to pay for doing something like that. The Lord, the lumber alone would be more than what my house is worth." I wish I could have something like that, though. They sure come in handy because last winter, through them ice storms and stuff, I like to broke my neck trying to get out to the garage to get my car. And that was not a pleasant experience. Bad enough going out there getting wet in the monsoon season. So Luana's got a bunch of them up there. It says an adult male polar bear typically weighs between 775 and 1,200 pounds, or the weight of about 5 to 7 men. The largest polar bear ever recorded was a male weighing about 2,200 pounds, and this thing jumped, so I lost track of where it was. There it is.
According to Polar Bear International. Yeah.
Okay.
2,209 pounds, the heaviest one. That's a massive creature.
By contrast, adult females weigh only about half as much as the males, or 330 to 650 pounds.
Yeah, like their paw is the size of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Take you right out.
Yep.
Mr. Dutchy Dutch is here. Hi, Mr. Dutchy Dutch.
Hey, good to see you.
He's over there in merry old England. Oh, Windows 11. I've been seeing all the posts about Windows 11, and you know what I say about Windows? Meh.
Well, never. I haven't even heard about it, but it ain't gonna be no Windows 11.
What they did is they made like the taskbar look more like the Macintosh dock, and the start button is now in the center, or at least kind of centered. It's not all the way to the left anymore. And then if you pay the premium, you can move the start button back to the left where it's supposed to be.
Lord, I need a new laptop. I've needed one for some time now, but I haven't got the money for it, so it's just not going to happen. One of these days, I'll have to do it myself since Dennis is in a nursing home for a while. But I'll take that thing apart and see if I can figure out how to fix that fan in it.
I traded in my very expensive, way overpaid for MacBook Pro that I got in 2020, and took it to the Apple Store and said, "Give me money for it." And they gave me a credit or a gift card. And then I went home and I bought the iPad. That's the iPad right there.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the iPad. And I bought it on like the beginning of May, and it just arrived this week because it takes forever. And it ships from China to Hong Kong, clears customs in Hong Kong, flies to Tennessee, and then from Tennessee up to Pennsylvania.
Took the slow boat.
No, this is air freight. I air freighted it. If it would be the slow boat, it would be another week in transit. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. Now I'm just hoping nothing goes wrong with this this desktop. I keep threatening to move the studio upstairs, and I will eventually get that done. But one of my big concerns right now is everything's working. And as long as it works, don't try to fix it.
Right.
And my computer guy is in rehab in the nursing home. So if something goes wrong with that, I'm screwed, because that's my computer now. My laptop's down. So I'm afraid to move it.
Well, what you do is you take photos of the front and the back of your PC before you disconnect anything. And then you haul it upstairs, and then you put it back exactly the way you had it.
But see, in that lies problems too, because of my arthritis and trying to carry that big heavy thing, because it's plate glass on both sides. I mean, this thing's heavy. This isn't your regular little desktop. Yeah, this is a monster. And so, yeah, I've got about, it's roughly 20 steps to get up the stairs with this thing. And I'll just have to take it one step at a time and try not to drop it. And easy does it. Ease it up there.
20 rests along the way.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm figuring that alone is probably just going to take me a day. Because by the time I get everything unplugged from it and get it all ready to go, and then ease it through the house and ease it up them stairs and get it up there, and sit down to rest because I know I'm going to need a rest. I'm going to be ready for a nerve pill. It's going to be, oh my God, I can't believe I finally got it moved. And then taking everything else up there and then trying to get everything hooked back up the way it's supposed to go, And it might not be as big a deal as what I'm making out of it. I have moved it before, so I know, but I have never moved it upstairs and had to deal with all them stairs. It's bad enough just trying to carry a vacuum cleaner or something up and down them stairs when you got arthritis and your knees don't work right anymore and your ankles don't work right anymore and you're hanging on to the banister for dear life so you don't fall and kill yourself.
Get one of those seats that'll glide you up.
I would love to have one of them. I would love to. I don't have the money for it, but I would love to. I wish I'd finally get Medicare fixed up so that, the things that we need as we get older that we could actually get without, being told, no, you can't have it. That would be wonderful.
Brenda needed a Call of Duty gaming beast machine computer, Jim Bashir says. Yeah. Hey, Rich Vibes is here. Hi, Rich.
Hey, Rich. Good to see you. Well, actually, this is a gaming computer. It's built for gaming. I don't know how to play games or nothing, but
see, the gaming is the highest taxed type of environment you can have for a machine, and streaming is right up there with it. So when people say what PC should I buy, I say, does it have the word gaming in the marketing? Then that's the one you want. Max out the RAM.
Well, this is custom. Yeah. Everything in it is custom, and I had people that knew what they was doing telling me what I needed to get in order to get this thing built. So I bought what they said to get, and it was like high end of everything, and it was extremely expensive. I had to save for quite some time to be able to afford to get that thing put together. But yeah, and it's got the fancy lights in it. It's got 3 fans in it and then green lights, and I could have put more lights in it, but what for? I'm the only one here looking at it.
Right. Yeah, some of those PC builds are pretty intricate, and you really gotta, when you build it yourself, then you're on the hook. There is no company that's gonna fix it for you, and every problem is gonna be passed off to the next one. Oh, that's a motherboard problem, and the motherboard people will say, oh, that's a RAM problem, and the RAM people say, oh, that's a power supply problem. You really got to know what you're doing.
Well, that's why I have a computer guy. Yeah. Problem is that he's down for the count right now, and hopefully he gets back up on his feet. But it's had a problem. The hard drive went out in it, and it didn't take him much to figure out what that was, and so it was under warranty, and I got a new hard drive from the company on it, and we slapped that in it and got it going again.
Frenzy Wicked Truth says her hubby said they'll come up to your house and watch you build and be the supervisor. Yeah, we'll see how that goes over.
They're going to need to bring a video person too. Because that'll be some viral stuff right there.
Rich Vibe says, has he got a virus?
No, my computer guy is Dennis. He's the guy that I've talked about that he's got all sorts of health problems, and he had his shoulder operated on a couple weeks ago, and they botched the surgery, and so he had to go back in and have it operated on again. And this time they think they've got it fixed, but in the interim they didn't send him to the nursing home. They sent him home with his daughter, and he fell, and she couldn't get him up. So she called paramedics, and the paramedics took him back to the hospital, and the hospital put him in the nursing home for some rehab, and he's going to be in there for the next 2 months. So there's my computer guy laid up, and that's the way the cookie crumbles on that one right now.
Yeah, and that's the laptop is down, or the desktop is down. Okay.
Laptop, and it's constant with that thing. It's the fan. And we put 2 or 3 fans in it so far. I've lost track of how many we put in it. And he's been able to get some of them going again. This one, I think he's had it apart twice and been able to CPR it or whatever it is that he does to it to get it working again.
Do you have a universal power supply, like one of those 6 outlet electrical strips, but it has a battery in it?
Yeah.
You have one of those?
But it's just the fan just quits in them. And so the last couple times, last couple times that he's taken it apart, he's taken it apart and he's used that canned air and stuff. Well, I don't have any canned air, but I got an air compressor. I can put some air to it and blow whatever dust is in there out of it, and we'll see if that does the job. And if not, well, it's going to need a new fan. And so I'll just have to wait until he's out to figure out what exactly it is, because he's got all the numbers. He keeps track of all that kind of stuff for me on what he's replaced and what numbers and where he has to go to get it and best price and all that kind of thing. So I have to wait until he gets out and gets back to his computer to give me the info on it if I have to get another one.
Jim's running to dinner. All right, Jim, we'll see you later on this weekend. Drop a like on your way out, please.
You eat some for me. I ain't been eating enough the last couple of days to keep a bird alive. This arthritis hurting me so bad.
Jim's giving you a warning about static when you're using the air compressor, to be careful.
Okay.
Too much water in the air compressor. That's right. Yeah. See, my friend's air compressor, he had a little glass thing on it, and it would take the moisture out of the air. I wasn't sure how it exactly worked, but there was always a couple drops of water in it, and that's exactly what it was for.
Yeah.
Jim Dockrell's here. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim. How's everything going with them midgets up there in the baptismal pool?
Yeah, see, we have to keep our numbers of Jims at a constant level. So one Jim leaves and another Jim comes in. So that's good. That's good.
I think it's about time for us to do a giveaway.
Hey, we can do a giveaway.
You reckon we can do that? You want to give the spiel?
I'll give the spiel. Okay. Oh, look at this. Rich Vibe says his show this Sunday is cover songs. So if you want any requests.
There you go. Get in touch with Rich.
Very nice. Very nice. We'll do that, Rich. All right. Here's a spiel. Brenda's going to give something away. She's going to mail you a prize if you're the winner. So we all have to do the same thing at the same time. So if you're behind time, drag the playhead all the way to the right, because we all have to do something at the same. You don't want to be behind time. She wrote down a number on a piece of paper. If you guess that number, you win. Don't guess now. You can only guess when Brenda says go, and you guess one time. There's a bonus prize available too. To win the bonus prize, you have to guess a number of capital letters she used when she wrote down the words to represent the number. She didn't write it as digits. She wrote it as words. Why does she go crazy with capital letters? Well, she likes to drive me crazy because she knows I'm a publishing professional and I can't stand miscapitalizations, but she does it anyway. So what you would do is you would write your number down, put a slash, and then write another number for the number of capital letters, and you could win the bonus prize. There will be 4 prizes. She'll tell you the prizes after we pick a winner, and if you are outside of the United States, you can pay for shipping because that's expensive. Brenda's on a fixed income. Or if you're outside the United States and you win, you could re-gift it to someone else in the chat. So that's an option for you to play as well. Anywhere in the lower 48, she'll cover the shipping, no cost to you, completely free. Super chats do go to fund the mailing effort, and anything she gets on AdSense will go in to help her continue to do this as many weeks as possible. So that's the spiel. So what is the number range we will have today?
The number range is between 80 and 89.
One minute. Okay, I'm ready.
Go.
All right, 80 and 89. Pick a number between 80 and 89. Put a slash and pick a smaller number for the number of capital letters. And we'll see what happens. All right. Got the entries coming in. Only guess once.
No winners yet.
No winners yet. The Luana's still here? Mr. Dutch, Russ. I think some people come in and go. We might want to go around a second time, Brenda.
Everybody done? Because we got no winners.
All right. Now, don't pick the same numbers. Say go again.
Go.
All right. Pick a second choice, folks. If there's only 9 possible options, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people playing. No winners yet. If you're playing along and you haven't subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up.
I must have made it tough on them this week.
Yeah. Oh, Rich, you're guessing too many times there, brother.
Still no winner.
All right, how about we go around again?
One more time. Go.
All right. There's only a few numbers left. Put your third entry in the chat, folks.
It's between 80 and 89.
Let's see.
Got a winner. Rich Vibes got it.
Rich Vibes is the winner. Congratulations, Rich Vibes. And 5 is the cat. You did not win the bonus prize, Rich, but you did win the prize. Congratulations, Rich. Oh, and Mr. Doughboy 356 just jumped in. Hi, Mr.
Hey,
Doughboy.
Mr. Doughboy, good to see you.
All right, what prizes do we have on deck today?
Okay, well, Rich lives out of the country, doesn't he?
He does.
Well, he's got to tell me if he wants to pay the shipping or if he wants to gift it to somebody else in the chat. And what we've got here today is we got the dream catcher with the blue fuzzy feathers on it. Now, that's one I made. We've got the dragon's eye. That's a green dragon's eye pendant. We've got choice out on the bracelets, the large or the small. These are double cobras. And we've got the little treasure chest, wooden treasure chest that I painted.
He wants to know who in the chat is in the lower 48 states, Brenda.
Just about everybody except Jim Dockrell.
Yeah, Jim's in Canadistan that I know of.
I'm not sure where Mrs. Mitchell Loomknitter lives.
He says Luana. Okay.
Okay. Well, Luana, what's your pick? We got the dragon's eye, we got the bracelets, we got the dream catcher, and we got the little box.
Congratulations, Luana, for being picked by the winner, Rich Vibes.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Oh, Miss Mitchell is Michigan.
Okay.
Good to know.
Now we know. So, Luana, you tell me which one of them you want, and I'll put your name on it.
Good deal. Thank you for doing this for the community, Brenda. This is so nice of you to continue this week after week.
Well, it gives everybody a chance to play along and get to be part of the group. Gives me a chance to give back to the community. Luana must be putting all the prizes in a hat and drawing one out.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, my! You just tell me which one you want, Luana, and I'll put your name on it, honey.
So I'm going to see my son this weekend briefly. We need to get his bed from his old apartment back up to our house, and it's going to replace his childhood bed that we still have here for him. And we got to rent a U-Haul for that. So, because, he's living with his girlfriend now.
Oh.
So they already have a bed. So they don't need his bed anymore. So, and we just bought the bed for him. It was a Casper bed, just less than a year old. So we're like, we're not throwing out that bed.
Leanna is gifting it over to Mrs. Mitchell Loom Knitter. So Mrs. Mitchell Loom Knitter needs to let me know which item she wants.
And she also got the correct number. She was just a little bit later than
Okay. So Mrs. Mitchell Loom Knitter will let me know which item that she wants. And then she needs to get me her address. You want to drop my email in the chat there,
do that,
Matt, so that she can send me her mailing address. We had the Dragon's Eye pendant. We got choice out on the paracord bracelets. We got the little wooden treasure chest, and we got the dream catcher.
She says
dream catcher.
Dream catcher ?
Okay. The dream catcher it is.
All right. Brenda's email is in the chat. And
so if
you
you
can send her your mailing address, and she'll get that going for you.
Yeah, if you get me that address tonight, I will wrap this up for you and take it to the post office tomorrow. I'm good about getting stuff out quick. Usually.
Yeah.
Once in a while, things screw me up like weather or, in the wintertime, especially weather, or if like on the gift that I have made for Matt's birthday, it's going to be late because the shipper is not shipping the stuff that I need to put the top coat on it. And so I'm waiting on them. That's how the cookie crumbles, sometimes.
No, hey, everything's jammed up shipping wise. Things have not sprung back yet. Crazy.
Yeah, they're saying they've already started saying that there's shortages in some of the Walmart stores around here.
Wow.
Girl I went to high school with, she lives about 50 miles from me right now. And the Walmart store that's only maybe 5 miles from her, she was in there the other day and took pictures, and the shelves were pretty much bare.
What's the deal? Just freight?
Freight.
Wow.
And then there was somebody else that put up some pictures of their Walmart, and it was running out. Now, I have not been in my local Walmart, but I have ordered stuff for curbside pickup, and they've had everything I've wanted, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything because, I like a lot of things that other people don't like. So I might not be ordering the stuff that's popular. I don't know. Shortage of what? Food. Canned goods.
Well, hopefully things get back to where they should be. And
well, they're saying that when it comes back, it's going to come back with inflation. And, I've already noticed the inflation on some of the stuff that I buy. So
it's coming.
Just letting everybody know that, don't go out and lose your mind, and think that you have to buy the store out. But every time you go to the store, get a little extra, a few extra cans of this, a few extra cans of that, and just, put a little bit extra back. That way, when there's shortages like this, you have a pantry.
Yep. It's hard to stock up healthy food, though.
Yeah, well, all the fresh stuff, got a problem. We have a farmer's market here, but right now the crops haven't come in yet. Everything's run late because we had such a late planting season with all the frost that come in. So, I'm waiting until the crops start coming in to be able to go to the farmer's market to get a lot of the fresh stuff. It'll be better than what you get at the store, because by the time you But by the time it gets shipped to the store from whatever foreign country that they're shipping it in from, it's been on the truck for a while, and then it's been in the back room for a while until they can get it stocked on the shelves and stuff. And it leaves a lot to be desired. I'd rather go buy fresh from local if I can.
Yeah, no, it's tough. They ship the bananas in from South America, and they're on planes, they're on trains, they're on automobiles. It's quite the logistic nightmare.
Yep.
I know people are trying to fly like cars on airplanes, and they get bumped because bananas needed to fill up the plane. They're like, I got a luxury automobile that I can't get flown to where I needed to fly because bananas. And bananas, they're sold at a loss at Costco. They practically give them away.
Yeah.
Because they know you'll just fill your cart with other high profit items.
Well, at the local Walmart here, you usually get one of two choices on your bananas. You get green bananas, or you get no bananas. So you have to buy the green bananas and then wait a couple weeks for them to ripen up enough that they're edible.
Yeah, now see, bananas are something that I had to cut out because they have a lot of carbohydrates. Oh, 15 pounds, I'm down.
Oh, yeah? I haven't been on the scales, since Shadow and Fred and, all that debacle.
It's weird because, it'll, you're not one constant weight. Like it varies throughout the day based on what you eat and other things. But on average, I'm now at 15.
I shouldn't be putting on any weight because I'm not eating enough to keep a bird alive. I'll tell you what I've eaten today. I had a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup for breakfast. And the cans ain't what they used to be. They keep shrinking in size. But I had a can of that for breakfast. And then right before I started doing the promos for the show, I had a piece of homemade pizza. I made homemade pizza last night. When I make a homemade pizza, it'll last me a week. But, you just put down your pizza crust, your salsa, you put a little cheese on top of that. And I like mine with onions, green peppers, and some mushroom. And then some more mushroom. And some more mushroom. So, I had a piece of that. And that's what I've had today. And I may not eat anything else tonight.
Well, you got to be careful because when you don't eat, you can put on weight.
Well, my arthritis is just saying, you're going to be careful what you put down here because it's going to make you sick. When you're in enough pain, you just don't put a lot on you. And I don't like tasting it twice. Once is enough. So, the last couple of days, I really haven't eaten much. I'm not a big, you would think, for a big girl that I probably really put the vittles on. No, I don't. I'm not a big eater to begin with. And if I eat too much, I get sick at my stomach, and then I'm miserable for a couple of days. And, I don't like feeling that way. So I just tend not to eat a whole lot. But, yeah.
The doctor's like, he was talking to me about several things. He's like, I see these people, they're way overweight. He's like, Doc, I don't understand. I'm only eating 800 calories a day. And he's like, that's your problem. You're not eating enough. Your body freaks out and stores it away. It's like you gotta eat the proper amount and exercise. That's what he told me. Because once you exercise, you fire up the engine.
Well, see, and that opens up another can of worms for me is the exercise, because it hurts. And you don't like to do things that hurt.
Right.
So I tend to kind of stay away from that. I figure I do enough exercise when I'm dragging furniture around the house or, dragging stuff from pillar to post and changing this and changing that and filling up a box and trying to ease it up them 20 steps to the upstairs. All the stuff I do, pulling weeds. The other day, I went out and I weeded the garden and got that done. Now I needed to put some fertilizer on stuff out there. So I got that done, and it was getting hot. And so, by the time you come in the house and you're aching from arthritis, you don't want to do anything else and you don't want to eat nothing.
I try and stay active. I'm always running down to the shop in the basement and then doing something somewhere, or going outside and weed whacking, or spraying weeds, or cutting the grass, or
Well, I've had people tell me, well, what you need is a house that's just one floor. Well, I came from one of those. That's where I lived last. And that was a big downfall for me. I needed one where I was going up and down the stairs all the time, because I figured that while, it hurts, at least it keeps me a little more nimble.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do some, move some of them joints once in a while, they're just going to freeze up.
Yep.
Nothing like trying to get out of a bed in the morning and your knees don't move.
That's the thing. If I'm a couch potato for a while, I'll go to get up and I'm like, oh, my knees are telling me something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jim Dockrell says, you want stairs? Come here, because he lives in that church that's got all them stairs to it. He's got a lot of ramps, though.
Well, for church, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's going to take them out and put stairs in instead of the ramps. I'd leave the ramps because they're inside. I don't like ramps outside because wintertime and they get too slick. That's a good way to get yourself hurt. But I like ramps inside. I'd much rather have ramps than have the stairs. But there again, trying to move stuff, the stairs are helpful in moving things up and down the stairs because you have something to rest it on. I can't imagine trying to take a big old heavy box of books and pushing it up them stairs. Coming down would be easy, but pushing it up them stairs and hanging on to the rail at the same time, that could be dangerous.
Jim says he has 2 basements and they're not joined. And when he's working in one, everything he needs is in the other. So you got to go up, down, up.
Yeah, that's why I'm one of the things that I'm after with all this moving of rooms around that I'm after is there's one really big room upstairs that has been my bedroom. And I don't need a bedroom that big, but I could use a big craft room. So all my crafting stuff is going to go in that room instead of being scattered all over the house, because I've been running into that same problem he's talking about. You can be in one room and whatever it is that you're working on, then you need something from this other room over here to finish this project here. And so you're up and down getting stuff all the time to try to get projects and stuff finished. And if I can get everything in one room, I think that will probably make things simpler. Now, I might be surprised. I might get it all up there and find out, no, that wasn't the answer, but it's worth a shot.
I tried to put everything in here that I need. Got my instrument, got television, got computers. Seems to be okay. But
well, a lot of my toys and stuff will go in the studio when I get it built. A lot of my collections and things of that nature will go in there. Things that I've made, stuff I can hang on the walls and all that. But my craft stuff, I need to have my supplies, my craft supplies, all in one basic area, I think. But I may be mistaken. We'll find out when I get it up there. I got a lot of stuff, because I'm involved in so many things, between the painting and the engraving and the weaving and the knitting and the crocheting, and it goes on and on and on and on with all the different things, beading and
yeah. Well, I mean, this house is pretty packed because the wife is the scrapbooker, and believe me, she's got an entire store full of scrapbook supplies and equipment. every type of die cut, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
wax machine, stamping machine, you name it. And then I've got the wood shop, which takes all of the basement.
Yeah.
And then everything else we need, all of the outdoor shed is full and the attic's full and just it's crazy.
They got a television show on PBS that I watch once in a while. I forget what the name of it is, but they go in and they help these people downsize their stuff to get ready to move. And they look for things for them, that they misplaced that they can't find anymore that meant something a long time ago. Like maybe there's a ring or something that belonged to their daddy that they had and they can't figure out where they put it, or maybe some old greeting cards of some sort, or something that meant a lot to them. One had a little it was a bank that was shaped like an old-fashioned cook stove that she played with when she's a little girl, and she knew she had it somewhere, but she didn't know where it was. So they go through and find these things for them while they're cleaning things out, and they'll make piles. Like maybe one pile's going to go for a yard sale, and one pile's going to go to the donation, and one pile is a pile of stuff that they keep, and one pile is just trash of stuff that just needs to be thrown out. And that's an interesting show. I catch it every once in a while. I don't make a big habit of watching it, but every once in a while I'll turn on TV and that thing's on. And it's interesting, some of the things that these people have. A lot of times they don't even know what they've got. And they'll come across some stuff and they'll say, this is worth some money. And, they'll take it to whatever deals and that kind of stuff and find out what it's worth. One of them had a Reggie Jackson signed photograph that was in a bunch of her papers from her dad when he passed away. And they took it to the sports dealer and said, is this even authentic? And he compared it to some other things. He said, yeah, it's authentic.
Wow, that's cool.
And she didn't even know she had it. She'd never even been through that stuff. Somebody just said, here's a box of your dad's paperwork. And so she took it, stuck it out in the garage, and that's where it had sat ever since.
Luana says her daughter has her embracing minimalism.
That wouldn't work here.
That's a bit much.
That would not work here.
I guess by definition, it's a bit not much. But
Yeah. That wouldn't go over with me. Because I've got stuff of my late husband's. I got stuff of my dad's. I got stuff of my grandpa's. I got stuff from my grandma. I got stuff from my mother and from my great grandma on mom's side.
It's very late in England. Bye, Rich. Good night.
Get some rest, Rich.
Around much longer. It's about time for us to wrap.
Yeah, we'll be pulling the plug here pretty quick. But yeah, I've got stuff from all kinds of passed on relatives, and stuff from. I've still got stuff from the boys. When they were home, and just Tim was an artist, and so I got a lot of his sketchbooks and stuff where he drew pictures when he was in junior high school. And if he ever saw that stuff, he'd probably say, what in the world are you hanging on to all that trash for? But, it meant something to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to turn loose of those things when you got sentimental value involved in it, And we got a little antique store here in town. Well, I say a little antique store. It's an antique mall where people rent booths in this place, and they put all kinds of antiques and old stuff. There's some new stuff in there too, and some craft booths and stuff, but the majority of it is antique stuff. And I can go and spend hours in that place because I see things that, remind me, mom used to have something like that, which would have come from her grandma. And, I can just reminisce on all that stuff going through that mall. Every once in a while, I'll bring a couple pieces of it home, but, I try not to bring too much home because I got enough the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I guess we better pull the plug on this. We've been on here a little over an hour. I hope everybody had a good time. There will be a Heifer Haven go up later tonight. Matt will have his All Things YouTube going on Monday night. As far as I know, Russ is going to have a Simply Wooden Creation show on Saturday night, and that's at 8 o'clock Eastern. Matt's is at 7 o'clock Eastern, and we'll be back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Lord willing, the creeks don't rise, and that will be the first day in July.
All right.
So be ready for that. It'll be fireworks night.
Sounds like fun.
Bring your A game.
Woo-hoo.
So good night, everybody. We'll see you.